I am EKEOMA Peterkinsley Chimezio, aka Peterkinsley Painter, the Alla Prima of Eco Exponent. Alla Prima of Eco is a painting that combines the visual and the performance art together. It accommodates the synergy between process and product. Its objective is to create a deep-rooted impression in the mind of viewers about topical issues. The artist serves as a weather vane to the society, and so I agitate that this is the time artists, more especially painters, should come out to the street, closer to the people, to address topical issues within the society in which he lives, rather than hiding his works and his painting activities in the studio and gallery. The artist should use his work to address societal issues for the betterment of all. Having said that, paintings are supposed to reflect the activities of man and the society. And when paintings are stored in galleries and guest houses, the messages which are vital are muted and do not go down to the masses who need these messages to make amends. What is here is the outcome of a performance art, which I title Landscape of Hope. I have used several colors that are symbolic enough to talk about where we were, how beautiful, how harmonious, lively, we are evergreen here. We are happy, and socio-economic activities we are going on. Out of a sudden, man in his quest for technological, socio-economic and infrastructural advancement destroyed the world, degraded the world. And shattered the world which God created and made beautiful. God created the world and gave man dominion over it. But guess what? What has man turned this environment, this world that God made so beautiful to? Come here. You could see an environment that is dominated with black. And by this, I am talking about the sinful act of man to degenerate, degrade, and destroy the world. Man, in his weakness, in his sinful act, has brought iniquity in the society. They dehumanize one another. As a result, deaths killed him, killings, thereby depriving us to embrace the glory, the beautiful things, the peace God has prepared for us at that extreme. Nature is crying and God is not happy about that. At the extreme there is the white era, which talks about the hope, an era of peace, cleansing, my agitation, purity. So, if we don't handle this world God has created very well, we may not get there. You could see how beautiful, how serene, how purified, how cleansed that place is. But man here is trying to provoke God by his sinful acts, by his behavior. Nevertheless, we shall come back to this, but let us stress more on this inimical act of man that provokes God. Come on. It is not all about painting. I am saying that the aesthetic and the message which an artwork contains should be taken of vital importance, should be taken very, very important. I've equally used this medium to highlight the sinful act of man, using the environment as a case study. You can see the struggle between life and death. You see the struggle between green, blue, black and white in this space. The blue here is symbolically rendered in its minority or minor quantity, showing deprived love. Green stands for agriculture and life. Man or human they don't love themselves anymore, and the anger of God is coming down. Man has brought forth sin to the world God created. So as I was saying, man has destroyed the world by his characteristic: insurgence, insecurity, bloodshed, adoption, abortion, corruption, just name it. You can see all of these here. This is a world God created and gave man dominion over the world to enjoy. But because of man's sinful acts, things are difficult for man. Hunger and starvation have killed him. People are suffering. Epidemic, pandemonium have befallen man. Presently, pandemic has killed him. Several, viruses, disease, outbreak of Ebola, Lassa fever, bird flu, and presently now they said is COVID-19, coronavirus, that is recently killing people in their great numbers, and there is panic. People are tremble. Everybody is suffering it now. If you come over here, you will see another painting, that was created as a result of oppression. You could see what looks like a devouring bee. So the colors of red, bloodshed, black, death, destruction, disaster, chaos. You could see all that. So we are now asking, what do we do to remedy this situation? Rather than making things better, this same human being is making it worse. Our leaders are not leading us aright. Followers are not trying either. This is the time we should have seek God's face, ask for God's mercy, exhibit the right attitude, love one another, so that the glory of God will come down. But rather than looking at our bad characteristics, we are sinning the more. I am not against the government shutting down industries, commercial sectors, banking, limiting people's movement. No. But I am asking, if everybody remains indoor, Would the problem be solved? They say stock food in your house. How many people are capable of buying food and storing in the house? Before now, there are other viruses that have been killing people in their thousands, hundreds. People are massacred in the name of insurgents, religious crisis, tribal differences, racism. You know, yesterday soldiers were killed. So many of the soldiers have been killed, and nothing has been done to remedy the situation. People are dying of hunger. In fact, I should tell you that hunger is a more dangerous virus than the coronavirus, because before hunger kills you, it will drain you, squeeze you, reduce you to a level where your senses will go down, and other diseases will come, such as kwashiorkor. By the time that one, you die suffering and gnashing teeth. Those ones are not tackled before. Our leaders take all these drastic measures to check for coronavirus. They should put this in place. Other countries we watched, they brought down the prices of goods and commodities, pay incentives to workers, to make sure they work in harmony as a team. All hands must be on deck but they don't care. Some of us have several degrees, no employment, the youths are suffering, and nothing is done. This coronavirus in question was brought in by the bourgeois. Yes, the bourgeois brought it in. Now things have turned around. When you see somebody from abroad, in those days you embrace the person, you run to the person. But nowadays, the moment you hear that somebody came in from abroad, you're your heels. I'm not trying to make mockery of those who travel abroad, no. But I am talking about fixing this nation, this institution called Nigeria. You know what I'm saying? Rather than, thinking of running away, because if this place is habitable, is comfortable, is standardized, people will not run away. Most of our leaders go to abroad to take treatments, health-wise. Most of them, their children no longer school here. They go to abroad to seek for better education. What happens to our own educational system and other infrastructural development? We don't have light. Are these problems, are these variables not more than the coronavirus? If you keep quiet, you die. You don't keep quiet, you die, or die, be die. Again, I was thinking there will be remedy in the church. Our religious leaders, pastors, men of God, reverend fathers, name them. Before we know it, the church was closed down. There was an order that the church should be closed down. Good friend, in as much as we take carnal measures, we should as well go spiritual. From the childhood or from the scriptures, we were meant to understand the house of God is where God dwells, where people gather to pray to God, where people gather to call down, bring down the glory of God. And I'm asking, if the house of God is where God dwells, should coronavirus survive in the house of God? Christians, I am asking, was it not this Jesus Christ that established Christianity, that cured leprosy, healed the blind, made the lame to walk? So are they trying to tell us that we no longer have faith in the church? The church have closed down so that we will not pray to God. I am not saying that people should be careless about the existence, about the outbreak of corona, but I think that in as much as we take precaution about the outbreak of corona, we should pray fervently. We should as well pray against the principalities of power. Nobody knows if this is end time. then how do we reconcile with God? How? The men of God have succeeded in demonstrating the fact that God does not dwell in that house. It's not about building big churches. I thank God for a few of the men of God who are really contributing. This is the time now they should show love to those who cannot even afford to eat. Shutting the business places market. Have they forgotten the fact that some people live, we live, believe on give us our daily bread? Some people go home or go out every day to hustle for what to eat, and after that day, the next day they go out again. What happens to those people? I see more danger. I see more danger if the virus called hunger is not fixed, because that is the greatest virus so far. Because people will go to the streets, perhaps because the recent virus is not respected of man. That's why the bourgeois are now picking interest. Presently, there is 30 million incentive or whatever given to the lawmakers. As I speak to you now, stock have been taken. So I appeal to our leaders to lead us aright. Follow us. You are not doing well. Just for the simple fact that the stocks will be closed and companies, commercial places will be closed, and the common man has inflicted price of goods. At this point in time, you will not see that even the common man that points accusing finger to the bourgeois, to the leaders, to the president, to the governor, if they are given the opportunity to lead, that means they'll be worse than the bourgeois. What are we talking about? I mean, every hand should be on that. It's not enough to point accusing fingers to those in leadership. Wherever you are, in your shade, in your community, in your house, in your family, you are a leader, you're a governor, you're a president. Other presidents are reacting, here nobody's reacting. I want at times to have leaders. This is a country where you have all the degrees and you don't have what to eat. Children are dying of hunger. It is appalling, it's crazy, it's madness, it drives me crazy. I am insane. And if this continues, God's anger will be more, and the end will be deadly and inimical. That is what I want to talk about. Thank you. Sorry, I am sounding that way. Pardon my voice. I just want to express myself. I want to warn again. Religious leaders, listen. This is the time you show love. The money that your members have been contributing in form of tithes, offering, it is now time to pay back. Wherever you are in your hiding place, let us pray. Even when the churches are shut down, let everybody pray. Christians, wherever you are, traditional worshippers, Muslim, men of different religion, it is one God that we are serving. It does not matter. What has happened has shown me that people don't even believe in the God that they serve. Now I want to say something. In the days of old, people died as matter. People brought Christianity and brought the religion that we are following suit today. People we are crushed. People we are fried. People we are crucified upside down. They died and gave their life for us to enjoy the religion today. People are afraid to die. Yes, they want to go to heaven. How would you go to heaven then? You will see people are burnt into a coven. Lion devoured so many, they held their hands so strong and they were praying, bringing the glory of God down and prove the fact that God is God. And I'm asking, Christ is incorruptible. Is it not the same Christ? Can somebody contact disease or contact Ebola, Lassa fever or coronavirus through receiving Christ? Holy water are no longer holy because man have defied the house of God. Because man has sinned and the presence of God, the Holy Spirit, have left the church. So I am saying, whether you are in your house, wherever you are, pray. Let us pray. God is the only solution. It is not enough to restrict people's movement. It is not enough to close border. It is not enough to shut industries and banking industries. It is not enough to ask people not to go to market. Let us go to God. It is only Him that has the solution. Then man should change his attitude. Man should, have the right attitude. Both leaders, both followers, all of us, we are involved. Let us go down on our knees. Enough of all this rubbish. The rich richer, poor poorer. Nobody wants to do the right thing. Huh?